You know, some of the comments by Rashida Tlaib were just outrageous, and we know that the vote to censure has happened, and you were in favor of that. But her reaction after was still pretty outrageous, saying she won't be silenced and she'll continue to speak at her own will here. You know, obviously the rhetoric we're seeing here in the United States is not helpful. There's a 69-year-old man who ruled a homicide in Ventura County, sir. Do you think Congresswoman Tlaib needs to take more responsibility in addition to this censure moving forward?
Well, she is a reflection of the radical left in this country, and it's really sad that we have a congressional member who would hold those views, express those views, and be largely supported by the national media in some cases, but certainly the left-wing media as well as the majority of Democrats. You did have, about 20 Democrats who voted along with that censure, but that means you had some 190 or so who voted not to censure her or didn't vote to hold her accountable. But this is going to continue. You would like to think that the people in her respective districts would hold her accountable and would remove her or term limit her, but I don't know if that'll happen in the district that she represents.
Yeah, that's for sure. You talked about the radical left. You know, the move to defund police has left us with, you know, crime, other issues in our country, including that wide open border and so many things at home. Yet we continue to see this disruption and the work you're trying to do in Congress. The House Judiciary Committee was disrupted by pro-Palestinian supporters today. So let's play a little bit of this.
Although I had hoped
speaking up against genocide become anti-Semitism.
Mr. Ogrijak, we'll keep trying.
Thank you, Chairman Jordan, Ranking Member Nadler, and members of the committee.
Palestinians deserve to speak on the genocide of their families. Stop silencing Palestinian students.
With the fever that this is happening in public testimony, and Blinken was also, as you know, testifying last week, and he was interrupted. What do you think that speaks to? And do you think it will continue and possibly get worse, Congressman Good?
Well, it reminds me of the terrible open border system that we have, the border invasion being facilitated by this president, and the hundreds of thousands literally that are invading our country on a monthly basis, assisted by, facilitated by this president intentionally. And so not only do we have so many Americans who have not patriotically assimilated, have not earned legal immigration, but have frankly just broken into our country with the help of this administration, but you also have the millions of criminal gotaways, the ones with terrorist ties, criminal ties, trafficking drugs and human trafficking into our country that will do irreparable harm to our country once this border is sealed. These individuals have been let into this country because of the lax border policies by this president, and never again in the history of our country has our own president done more to intentionally harm the United States than what he's done with the border. And we're seeing just a little manifestation of that with these protesters that you're talking about. But how many thousands and thousands of terribly dangerous individuals are in this country because of what the president is doing on the border?